if someone wants to go to college, I'm so curious, how did you decide you wanted to go, and how did you actually make it happen?
The greatest motivation I had was by far my parents. They just always pushed me to to think that I could exceed more than I thought I could. And like from where we came from, like the small town, like not many people would go to college and stay in college. Like they would maybe go one quarter, and then after that you would see them back in town, and like they would just start working there and they would just stay there kind of thing. But I think, yeah, by far my parents were my greatest motivation. And when it came to support at school, I think my friends, but when it came to admin at school and all that, I don't think I ever had a teacher that really just pushed me to think that I could pursue higher education as a thing. So it was definitely just more family based for me. And I started it off small in the sense of like I went to community college. Actually, let me take that back. It's not small. I
Yeah.
went to community college first. And I think that was one thing that I told myself like when I was at community college, I was like, I can't believe people don't talk about the segue. We went to a lot of like university campuses, and at first I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to Wazoo. But I think I hit a point in my senior year when I realized like, wow, you're actually gonna do this. Like you're gonna commit and you're gonna go to college. And that's when I realized, okay, Wazoo is not the place for me personally. And I was like, I
Why is
have
that?
to, I think just the setting of it wasn't a perfect fit for me in the sense of like, it's like, I don't know, it just, when I was there, it was like a really beautiful campus.
Yeah, it's a great place. So, and
Yeah.
not to take anything away from the University of Washington, Wazoo, for people who don't know. I mean, it's an amazing place. It's beautiful. It's picturesque. It's got amazing academics. But for you, uh, it didn't fit. It wasn't the right fit. But Western Washington University was the right fit. So, explain to me the community college piece, then how Western Washington became your fit.
Yeah, so then I went to community college and I'm so happy I did because one, I saved money in comparison to just going straight to the bat to a university. And I also was able to learn a lot about myself at a community college. Just like the smaller class sizes allowed me like to talk to professors and get to know them and just kind of like dip my toes into the setting of going to college. So that's the way I saw it.
Was it always your plan to then go to a university after community college?
Yeah, I think after the first 2 years, I realized that that's actually what I wanted to commit to do for the like my life is like to become a graduate from a university.
You applied to just one school?
Yeah, that's the funny part. Like I think it was the midway through my second year of finishing the program to get my Associates of Arts. And I was sitting down with an advisor, and I think even since I graduated high school, I knew I wanted to do biology or something in the STEM field. And I was talking to them, and then I was like, oh, the University of Washington, that's such a great like research facility. Like they do so much research. I've heard so many amazing things about it. I want to go there. But the funny thing was that I didn't finish all my math requirements to graduate with my Associates of Biology. And that's what I needed to go into the University of Washington and go into their biology program. So then he starts talking to me. He's like, but there's Western Washington. And I was like, oh, wow, like I had never heard of Western Washington University. I had never been to Bellingham before, like I went to my orientation to enroll in my classes. So I just kind of just went with the flow of things. And that's crazy to think about that it just ended up being like the most amazing fit for me in the
Yeah.
sense of the small community, the outdoorsiness of it. Like it just ended up being perfect. And I don't know how that ended up working so well for me.
It's also very brave to just go. And you're a biology major with an emphasis in cell and molecular biology, right? That's
Yeah.
uh, sounds intense, unbelievable. And you're a senior, so you're going to be graduating this year. Or then, are you going to go to a graduate program, or do you go right into looking for a job?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go into research for a year, like take a year off and then figure out that, really focus in on like what I want to do research on, like just do different labs and find jobs.
What's your
And
dream job?
I think my dream, that's a hard question. I really just want to see how research goes, and I just want to commit to finding something that I'm passionate about doing research on. So I don't think I have a perfect idea of what my dream job is. I just know I want to be behind a microscope doing that kind of stuff and just like continually being learning about new things in the
Yeah,
field. So that's something that really
stimulate it and learn, and it's
yeah.
amazing. And I still, it's fun as you're talking. I think of, you know, where you come from, being so far away and having this really small school, and then believing that you can do this and going to community college, and then going to Western Washington and having this intense major, because clearly, you know, you can do anything, right? Like you're unstoppable. You get that, right?
That's the funny part. I still till this day doubt myself so much, but I know like now like just I just gotta push forward.